the Modi government's report card? Because as we've said, the elections are suggesting the Prime Minister is heading for a third big win in the general election. So we thought we'll break down the reasons why Mr. Modi's popularity is still more or less intact 10 years into power. Mr. Modi's legacy. What is it that Mr. Modi will be most remembered by? And this is fascinating, Rahul, because when I look at these numbers, Ram Mandir 42%, raising India's global stature 19%, revocation of Article 370 12%. So you add that, the 42 and the 19 between Ram Mandir and of course G20 that took place a few months before that, the Prime Minister seems to have built brand Modi along both Ram Mandir and an international image.
When you see one number pop up in this fashion, 42% for the Ram Mandir, the first question that comes to my mind, Yashwant Deshmukh, is about the recency bias, right? Just the fact that this poll happened so soon after the Ram Mandir Pran Pratishtha, and in the build-up to that, because that's the issue that's playing out on television, social media and on digital, could this also be marred by just the fact that this is what was in people's mind uppermost at that moment?
Well, of course, yes. I mean, and then also keep in mind that, you know, the majority of the field work actually happened before the Pran Pratishtha.
But there was a big build-up.
There was a big build-up for sure, but many times more than the build-up when actually it happens. You see, build-up is fine, but the impact of the telecast of the Pran Pratishtha, that would be altogether a different thing. So what I am simply trying to say, the actual impact of the Pran Pratishtha probably is going to be seen from the day, from the, I mean, last week to the weeks that we are going to see. And apart from the Pran Pratishtha, now that the PM will be going and talking about it in his speeches and the rallies, so there are two kind of impact that you are likely to see, Rahul, in that. And Rahul Verma would be in a very much better position to explain this question of relative turnout, which I have been so trying to explain it to our audience as well. What will happen that these kind of events impact the enthusiasm of the party cadre, voters and profile like that. So if this built up now results in an impact where the cadre of the BJP and the NDA voters, they feel more enthusiastic to come out and vote, and the cadre and the voter of the opposition alliance feel less enthusiastic, then beyond the survey population and survey base, those who actually go out to vote on the voting day, that will create significant difference in what you gauge in a survey and what the actual result would be. So that is going to be very, very critical in the coming election.
Since we have a lot of ground to cover, I don't want to get caught up for too long in any one question. We want to press on the pedal and move to the next question. And this, Rajdeep, is a question that's animated out of Chatterati. So let's bring that out on our screen right now. Who is best suited to succeed Prime Minister Modi? Home Minister Amit Shah comes in at number one position with 29% of the respondents saying he's best suited. Yogi Adityanath comes in at number 2, which is 25%. The Transport Minister Nitin Gadkari comes in at number 3. Now the point is they're all BJP leaders. So whoever it is and whenever it is, Rajdeep, the best suited to succeed Prime Minister Modi in the eyes of the respondents in this Mood of the Nation poll is a BJP leader.
Is it among only, is it which BJP leader is best succeeded?
This one is among the BJP leader, but the funny thing is what you are trying to say is also the fact, because when you talk about all the leaders all along, the gap between Rahul Gandhi comes at number 2 for sure, but the gap between Rahul Gandhi and the other BJP leaders is not that big.
So what you're saying is that when you ask a voter who is best placed to succeed Prime Minister Modi, among the Congress voters, it would be Rahul Gandhi.
Yeah,
but among BJP voters, clearly Home Minister Amit Shah is at number 1. And because the BJP is getting a sizable vote share larger than the Congress in any case, Amit Shah therefore would be in pole position.
Well, so I have that question. Yeah. Who's best suited to be the next Prime Minister? In response to this question, 55% of the respondents said Prime Minister Modi is best suited to be the next Prime Minister. Rahul Gandhi came in at a lowly 14%, about 1/4 of where Prime Minister Modi. So there's a difference of night and day between the two.
And according to me, Rahul, this is the most significant number in a way, given the fact that Indian elections are becoming, dare I say, quasi-presidential or prime ministerial in terms of a leadership contest. When you're 4-1 ahead of your nearest rival, look at the US presidential elections, much tighter when it comes to asking a direct question. So when you ask this direct question, best suited to be next prime minister, Rahul Gandhi is way behind Prime Minister Modi, and the BJP has options from within, like Amit Shah and Yogi Adityanath. So that makes it even more difficult for the opposition. Would you agree, Rahul, that because Indian elections are leadership contests, when the gap is more than 40% between number 1 and 2, it makes it very difficult for the opposition also to combat this sort of Modi dividend or Modi factor?
Absolutely. And look at this thing. You were saying about Amit Shah and Adityanath also getting some traction within the BJP voters, which means that if you just look at the BJP base, Prime Minister Modi at 55 and BJP vote at 40, the Prime Minister is pulling BJP up, right? And which is not, which is very rare phenomena that a leader is twice more likely than the party.
In the initial period, there was this conversation about whether Prime Minister Modi might retire at the age of 75, because midway through a potential third term is when he hits that age. I think it's now pretty clear, Rajdeep, that nothing of the sort is going to happen. He's here till the end, because in some elections he's spoken about when he's back in 29 in Parliament, there will be another no confidence motion. So he's given some indications to his boss, he's here to stay.
I have my own theory about this, which is that the Prime Minister likes to break records. India's longest serving Prime Minister was Jawaharlal Nehru, 17 years. Mr. Modi would complete 17 years in 2031. So at the very earliest, he would like to, if he has to go and go into some kind of Margdarshak Mandal, it will be 2032.
Nobody sends himself into a Margdarshak Mandal.
If at all.
47 to 52, Nehru wasn't elected PM.
Yeah, he wasn't elected, but 17 years is the period. When you ask how long was Jawaharlal Nehru Prime Minister of India, the answer is 17 years. Mr. Modi would like the next generation to suggest that he would be there for 18 years. But you wanted to make a point, Rashid, on just the fact that the opposition doesn't seem to be able to combat the Prime Minister's popularity in a way.
Absolutely.
With their own leader.
Yeah, absolutely, Radeep. And I'm not so sure whether, the 16% of people who are backing Nitin Gadkari are all, BJP supporters. There was a talk, Radeep, you may have also heard, until last year when there was some kind of calculation in opposition was that maybe 2024 would be a hung house. And therefore, there was a thinking, a solid thinking that, given a chance, the opposition, particularly the Congress, would back Nitin Gadkari. So that's the thing.
Who was thinking this?
There was a Congress thinking that if there is an opening, if Mr. Modi falls short of
Congress would back Nitin Gadkari to be PM.
Nitin Gadkari, something like what they did with Charan Singh and with
Congress keeps making these jalebis in their own mind.
These are political realities. Chandrasekhar did become with Congress support. So was Deve Gowda. So was R.K. Gujral. So was Chaudhry Charan Singh.